During Whitsuntide, not far away from the Hanseatic city of Hamburg, the annual meeting of some fans of the best-selling home computer took place, of the C64. Hello and welcome here in Uetersen to the C64 Party Vision. In our last video, you could already see that time didn't stand still for the C64. Here you have the possibility to look at the latest developments and talk to the developers. Be prepared. Entering the party place, you can recall your youth. This is no nostalgia. Here you realize the C64 is alive. At countless little home computers from Commodore, people are bustling about, playing or working. Of course, a small shop is also present, where you can extend your collection.
Wow, there's a lot of happening here. Malte and Markus from Protovision are now sitting with me. Please tell me, why is the C64 still of importance to you?
You have to realize that the C64 has a clock rate of 1 MHz and, let's say, 0.064 megabytes of RAM. Compare that to the PC. People would think that it takes about 10 years until something happens at all. But it isn't like that. And exactly this is the beginning of the fascination C64. The graphics, the sound, doing such fantastic things with so few possibilities, that's what brings us back to the C64 all the time.
How did you get the idea to do the Vision?
It began about 3 years ago, when a friend told me, "Oh, I've never been to a C64 party." Then I thought, what about organizing an event by myself and inviting some people? I looked for a room and found one. It started with 15 people, but there are more every time. Because of the positive feedback, I decided to continue. Now we are in the 3rd year and let's see how it goes on.
So there'll be more in the next few years.
Yeah.
Organized by Protovision. What exactly does Protovision do?
Protovision is a group that develops and distributes games for the C64. That means we see to it that the good old times just go on and on. With the latest games for the C64, standard C64, but also with expansions like Super CPU, hard disk, 3.5-inch disk drives, etc.
Really modern games indeed. Let's have a look at them. In the ice hockey game Hockey Mania, up to 4 players can simultaneously fight for the puck and try to play it into the opponent's goal. Of course, the computer-controlled keepers want to prevent that. Upgrade items, which can be collected during the game, can be used to enhance the player's attributes, like speed, steerability or the degree of sliding. Advanced Space Battle is finally a new game for the strategists among us. Up to 4 human players and a computer fight for predominance. The realms can be extended through space battles and by conquering planets. As a bonus, there's even a logfile viewer that can display the statistics of a game. Real Fishing is the fishing simulation for the C64. Finally, you can pursue your relaxing hobby in any weather. Just like in real life, you choose time and place and select lures and equipment. Of course, you need some dexterity to drag in the fish. The profits of a good catch can then be used to obtain better equipment. Tanks 3000 also offers plenty of options. In this game, up to 4 human players can fight against each other in their tanks in many different arenas. The classic game got a new face. Pack-It is the answer to the question, what had happened to Pac-Man? The little pill gluttons found a new home on a distant planet long time ago. But the ghosts have found them even there. And so, again up to 4 players have to give their best in fighting them once more. With or against each other, do the Ghostbuster. Enforcer 2, the R-Type-like horizontal shooter, is dedicated to some more action and flair. Using 6 different weapons, you can attack all kinds of aliens. The fast graphics show effects never seen before and take the standard C64 to the max. Those who additionally own a Super CPU can get even more action with Metal Dust. In 4 big levels with big and biggest mid-level and end monsters, the motto is shoot or die. Thanks to the fast processor, there are lots of graphical effects, accompanied by the completely digitized soundtrack by Welle Erdball.
Chester, the coder of Metal Dust, and Honey from Welle Erdball are now standing with me. Chester, Metal Dust is the first game that will be released exclusively for the Super CPU. Why did you write a game that does not only take advantage of the Super CPU, but that even requires it?
We did that because we want to bring forward the Super CPU. Many people are skeptical about the Super CPU. We want to raise their interest through a game, so that they see what the Super CPU can do. The best approach to do this is multimedia based. We want to see colors, we want to hear good music. With the Super CPU, the possibilities are limitless.
How long have you been working on Metal Dust so far?
That I have to answer differentiated. The project has been along for 6 years. It had been started by the father, Stefan Gutsch, who started the development as a coder. Then there had been a break due to, let's say, personal matters. We took over the development about 2 years ago, but the game is almost finished.
How long will it take to be released?
The game only lacks one single end monster. It's already on the screen, but it doesn't move yet. We'll surely manage that in 2 weeks. Then there are the accessory parts, like the intro or the menu to choose the number of players. Then it'll be done.
Great. Honey, you're doing the music for the game. How did you get involved in the first place?
Well, we met on some concert of Welle Erdball. And then it was obvious. For the best game to be on the C64, the best electronic C64 band has to contribute too.
How did you get into doing your music with the C64 at all?
Well, I'd say, when you do music, you choose the best way to do that. And we found that way.
Und bitte einen klitzekleinen Applaus für den Commodore C64!
After 20 years, there is still an innovative modification with the C64D, a desktop version of the classic one. Based on the case of the C64 GS, the unsuccessful game console, a pretty new machine with a separate keyboard had been created. Additionally, a PS2 keyboard interface is implemented and it's ready for the stereo SID. Of course, the standard C64 can be upgraded with the stereo SID too. It then has 6 synth voices and 2 digital channels. Even Amiga mods can be played with amazing quality. A real rarity among the home computers is the C65, which was developed by Commodore at the beginning of the 90s. Unfortunately, only a few hundred prototypes were produced. As a successor to the C64, it is partially compatible to its software and has a faster processor, better graphics with up to 4096 colors, twice as much memory and a stereo SID. The Dienstagstreff is famous and infamous for crazy ideas about the C64. After creating an underwater running U64, the latest invention is a dancing mud joystick where the different directions and shooting can be triggered by tapping on different pieces of carpet. And if you think playing IK Plus with it is difficult, then you should try Decathlon. Other hardware could be seen as well, like the IDE 64 interface to connect ordinary hard disks and CD-ROMs, or the 4-player adapter from Protovision.
At a real computer party, creativity doesn't miss out as well. Many attendants had been working at entries for different competitions. They programmed, pixeled or composed in order not to miss deadline. The contestants of the Team Petrol competition faced a different kind of challenge. Two-player teams were jolting the joysticks to get a new high score for the game Protovision had released a few months before. But it wasn't up to jolting alone. Subsequently, the teams had to prevail on bobby cars.
Now, who can say that computer freaks just sit at their computers all the time? And if they do, they're working very hard, for example, for the most useless tool competition. This fun competition was about writing a really useless tool, for example, this forgetful database. Another splendid waste of memory is this mobile phone generator you can create your dream phone with. Choose any color, lots of extras ranging from a C64 emulator up to a nuclear power plant, logo and ringtone, you can select almost anything. The only thing you can't do is phoning. Because of several power failures, this tool is not that useless. It shows the current power status and the uptime. And the C64 users, being as responsible as they are, can even shut down their computers now.
The game competition only had one entry, Gravity 3, in contrast to the demo competition, which featured many different demos showing lots of effects, graphics and music. The absolute highlight was the winner demo Yaloose, getting the maximum out of the VIC-20 with its 3.5 kilobytes of RAM. Real masterpieces were shown at the graphics competition, as the following pictures illustrate. And the SID competition was presenting tunes for every taste. Here are some examples. Many players had always wanted to take revenge on all the mean opponents of the classic games. Finally, they had the chance to, at the Kill the Bastard competition.
The definite highlight was the presentation of the latest version of the new 64 operating system, Wings. Owners of a super CPU with super RAM can dive into the world of multitasking with this microkernel-based OS. Now you can switch on the fly between several screens. You can, for example, run a Starflight from a Unix-like shell on one and play a mod on another screen while keeping on working on the third one. But of course, Wings has also a mouse-controlled graphical user interface. There are already several programs available, like a Minefield clone, a text file viewer and a JPEG viewer. The size of the windows can be changed freely and they can be moved around opacally in real time. And you also have internet access with Wings. Here you see a small ISC client.
The vision's almost over. Let's see how the visitors liked it.
Wie ist denn dein Eindruck von der Party hier so?
Oh, ganz gut. Also ich finde es eigentlich ganz schön, dass es nicht zu voll ist und auch nicht so laut wie auf manchen anderen Partys in der Größe. Ansonsten bin ich ganz zufrieden.
What's your impression of this party here?
Well, this is my first party, so I think it's really cozy actually. I think I like it very much.
Ja, mir gefällt das hier. Ich schaue mir die Sachen an, was die Leute so machen.
Wie ist denn dein Eindruck von der Party hier?
Ja, der Eindruck ist erstmal ganz gut, weil jedes Jahr mehr Leute kommen, jedes Jahr andere Leute kommen und dadurch ist es immer wieder sehr interessant.
Es ist eine gute Atmosphäre, schöne Location hier. Macht schon Spaß.
Well, it's quite good. So I've seen a lot of new things. People are still using 64s as in 2003. That's amazing to me.
Ja, es gefällt mir ganz gut. Also ich bin jetzt das 3. Mal da und größere Leinwand, Duschen gibt es diesmal auch und so. Also ist auch alles gut organisiert und dieses Buffet morgens ist auch ganz gut. Also hat mir sehr gut gefallen.
Ja, sind nette Leute, ist gute Laune und ist gut organisiert so. Also nächstes Jahr bin ich wieder mit dabei.
Seems the people liked it. What about you?
Me too. It was full of variety, nice people. It was fun.
Well, then let's go back inside to the computers. So join us again when we're back live.